got fired.
Like firefighter, like I ain't got no job type fire.
How the did you get fired? That's what I'm saying. Like, who gonna pay for my hair? Who gonna pay for my nails? Like, this is really some bullshit.
Bro, shit, but why is you acting like that? You acting like money everything. Like,
money is everything. No, money is everything. When we first met, that's what we met off of. That's what you my nigga for.
Imagine a broke bitch telling you that you're broke because you don't want to provide 100% for her. Imagine that.
We do not have to imagine anymore, my brother. It's happening in real time. Let's get it. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys that I came across, and this young lady has gone viral, I assume, because it's popping up on all my feeds, on all platforms. And I wanted to show you the intro because it's going to be very, very similar, but it's even worse, man. And I'm just prepping y'all now because this is probably going to be a little bit of a hard listen, as y'all saw on the thumbnail. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Feeling him. So, we discussed like expectations, and I told him my expectations when it comes to a man. I was like, my man has to protect and provide. Like, every man I've been with took care of me. Every single man I've been with.
Stop the cap.
Or whatever. And he was like, baby, that's fine because that's the type of man I am anyway. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he proposed to me in 2022. He proposed to me in 2022. We dated for 8 months before he proposed to me or whatever. Yeah, I said yes. Anyways, and mind y'all, when I was single, I took care of everything by myself. I even bought my own house. I took care of my kids. It wasn't on no government assistance. Like, I held it down. So if I can do that, then I feel like my man should be able to do that. So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like, the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever. And I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just, in a month, like, it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money and his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills? Like, no, he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had text his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I text his homeboy or whatever. We went together. I met up with him. And we was chilling, we was drinking or whatever. And I started venting. I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend. But things happen. Like, y'all understand what I'm going through. So, his friend ended up giving me some money or whatever. And he was like, babe, look, don't worry about it. Handle whatever you got to handle. Like, his friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like, everything I desire in a man. And, ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody trying to hear me out and what I went through. Like, that's not okay. That's not cool. You made a promise to me and you broke that promise. How am I wrong if I told him who I was and he didn't stick to what he agreed to? Like, that's not love. If you love me, you gonna pay them bills. You gonna do what you told me you was gonna do as a man. All boy is all boy, he get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much. All these, like, everybody coming for me and stuff like that, and it's not okay.
Translation: I got other people holding me accountable and I don't like it. That's what she means when she say I got people coming for me and it's not okay, because she's looking for somebody to side with her and validate her reason for not only leaving him but cheating on him with his boy. Now here's the part that pisses me off. You want to sit over here. His boy is the man that I've always desired. You don't think that brother ain't, you think the guy that you cheated on him with ain't never been broke before, ain't never not have a job before, lost a job before, had to bounce back before? And then for her to sit over here and said, when I was single, I handled everything on my own and yada 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 yada. But yet you couldn't look out for your man for 1 month. And you said he engaged to you back in 2022 and y'all were dating for 8 months. So what that tells me, based on my timeline, and you've gone viral for this recently, it sounds to me like he's been providing for you at least a couple years, consecutively, continuously, without you having to spend a dime. And the way you talking and the fact that you even paid the bills confirms that even though he was taking care of everything, you were still bringing in income. So I don't understand the problem. And then on top of that, you're going to sit over here and have the nerve and the gall to ask that man to pay you your damn money back. You don't hear that man over here saying that you need to pay him back for all those months and them few years that he was providing for you. You don't hear him saying that shit. But the one time he needed help, oh, okay, well, if that's the case, you gonna pay me back? It's like, why would I have to pay my wife back? And I agree, because he's not asking you to pay him back. That's insane, bro. Once again, bro, this proves my point, bro. They really don't want husbands or partners, man. They just want sponsors, bro. They really do. And y'all gonna see throughout this video, man, it's gonna get worse. Let's keep it moving.
Yo, this video is crazy. Take a look at it, then let me know what you think about it in the comments.
Let me tell you a story. So the last girl that girls don't really be asking me for money. That doesn't really happen to me too often. But the last person that asked me for money, the response was me blocking their number.
Can I ask you
how much she asked for?
Yeah, how did they ask and what did they ask for?
She was moving apartments, whatever, and she needed like rent or like first month rent, security deposits, whatever.
Okay.
And she asked me in person, and I kind of like.
How much was it?
It was probably like $2,000, $2,100, something like that. She asked me in person, and I kind of ignored. I ignored the request.
This like somebody you knew casually. This is like your baby.
No. This is just a casual vibe. And then the second time, the next day, she was like, "Hey, just wanted to remind you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you could send that money, I greatly appreciate it." And I was so disturbed by the way that she went about it that I never actually took the time to respond. I blocked her number.
Girls have unrealistic expectations for the man that they be dating, and I'm just not one of those.
Like what expectations?
Yes,
What's
please
unrealistic?
Elaborate.
I already know what you about that.
Erica Banks used to be thinking that she was gonna break my bank.
Okay.
And that was not happening. Mm-hmm. I was giving her small budgets, but it was like she wanted to go over. So it was like, I mean, because get what a small budget to me might be a large budget to somebody else.
It wasn't a large budget to Erica. She kept going over.
Yeah,
no,
what's the budget?
See, like I said, unrealistic. A budget for me is real. This is a realistic budget.
A real number.
Like what's a realistic
budget? Yeah, but you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're not gonna keep up with the Joneses off my. You say what?
What's a realistic budget to you?
Like, okay, let's say if you need you need a bill paid, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
The mortgage?
Yeah, I cover that.
Okay.
Say card note. I cover that. I cover things sort of, a lot of these girls have sort of bills, like I would be there. You know what I'm saying?
Does she have to ask you?
But then you got to pick a side
Mm-hmm.
because you're not finna be getting bills paid.
And
then thinking we going to Shanae.
Okay.
Shanae
more than the bills.
Exactly. So it's like, yo, I just paid the bills and you want Shanae too? I'm good off that.
Okay.
And then there's
So she needed to pick a
girls.
side.
Then there's other girls in the world that don't even want that much.
Mm-hmm.
Just
They
as
already got their
beautiful,
own shit.
or even more beautiful, that really can bring more to the table than you could.
Okay.
And it ain't about finances with me, because for us men, we ain't getting nothing out of y'all. We really be wanting more emotionally and mentally and physically.
Amen, brother.
And spiritually. We ain't asking for nothing financially.
So you want her to be your therapist?
And no, it's not. Girl, where did you? Hold
You want emotional support?
I don't want her to be my therapist. I want her to be.
Yeah,
I want her to be my peace. I want her to be somebody I could be vulnerable with.
Somebody
That's the problem.
to.
Your safe space.
I can't even be vulnerable with her.
Right.
Bomb. So it was over with. It's like hard to be able to be vulnerable with girls. It's hard to be able to talk to her.
He really liked Amy. He really.
You can't even really tell a girl, even if you're going through a hard time, you can't even say it. Like, say if my money tied up right now, I can't even say that.
Right.
You gotta hold everything in and just make everything happen. So some girls is not understanding. So for me, it's like, you see me single because eventually I just realized that what I need from you is understanding.
Right.
How can we communicate?
That feels very transactional. Right.
It's kind of funny coming from Angela Lee for her to sit over here and say, yeah, that sounds very transactional. But listen to what all the questions the women were asking while the rapper was talking, which the rapper's name is Chaotic, by the way, and he used to date Erica Banks. The same Erica Banks that I reacted to a few days ago that was over here saying, as a man, why you gotta complain? Why you always Now I'm starting to see why Chaotic was complaining, because your ass kept going over that damn budget. And I can relate to this so much because, like I told you guys, the last serious relationship that I was in, I finally had to put my foot down and tell my girlfriend no. Why? Because I had the budget to make sure I could pay the bills, and she ain't give two shits about that. All she cared about was about what money I could put in her pocket. And this ain't no different or any other these other women. All they care about is what you can provide for them financially. And then I'm not gonna sit over here and say it's all women, but damn, bro, it's starting to really look like slim pickings. This is ugly, bro. This is real ugly. And then the first thing she want to say, oh, the mortgage. Oh, the car note. I'm like, and that was another thing I noticed. Did you notice that when he said, you know, if you need a bill covered, I handle that. The first thing that came out of a woman's mouth was the mortgage. like who would have knew the biggest bill everybody in this world has happens to be the first bill that comes out of your fucking mouth that a man should have to cover. Yeah, and you tell me I'm lying when I say all they really want is sponsors, man. Let's keep it moving.
Yo, these Miami girls are so materialistic. Me and Jaden, last week, were in the Escalade. He has an Escalade in his car fleet. We didn't have an exotic car for the day, so we're riding around the Escalade. And we saw these two girls we know from Miami. Very bougie, very high maintenance. They saw us in the car, and they pretended like they didn't see us. But then we saw they started giggling next to each other, and they made a face. Now, today, me and Jaden hop out of the Lamborghini. We ran into the same two girls. They look at us, they look at each other, they start smiling. They didn't say anything to us. But I just got a text 45 minutes later saying we should go on a double date.
Miami girls, they're all the same. The funny thing is, that's not a one-off. Every girl down here is the exact same. If you're not pulling up in a Lambo or something exotic, an Escalade doesn't even do it anymore. Like, you got to be in an exotic to get these girls' attention. And those aren't the girls that you want. So George and I, we laughed it off. We're not going on a double date with these girls. Hell no.
What do you have to offer? You want a guy with a nice car, but what do you do? What are you going to do for us?
LA, Miami, Texas, New York City, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. We live in a corrupt generation. Dating is impossible. It is social media influenced. It's not about where you live. People say, oh, it's because you live in Miami. No, Miami is just more enhanced. If you go to Texas, it's the same thing. If you go to freaking Europe, it's the same thing. Everybody's so brainwashed. It is right in here. This is the reason why relationships fail. The phone, social media. Simple as that.
And the funny thing about these two guys, I was reading the comments, right? And I would show you guys, but this video is already going to be too long. But what's interesting is the part where the guy said, oh, okay, well, what are you going to do for us? Women were so heated that he had the gall to say that. It's almost like they forgot everything that he said leading up to that point. These women literally laughed at them riding the Escalade, bro. Escalades are not cheap. Escalades are not cheap. But this is Miami. I understand that. But that just goes to show you how bad it's getting, bro. You can't even pull chicks in Miami in an Escalade. I'm like, they acting like the Escalade is a damn Honda. Like, are you for real? And I love Hondas, by the way, so don't get offended if you drive a Honda. But that's crazy. But then the minute they in a Lamborghini, the women acting brand new. What the kind of fuck? What the hell do you expect from men? That right there just goes to show you the level of entitlement that women have. Even when y'all show y'all hand like that, you still got women coming into your defense just because the men got the nerve to give you that reciprocate that same energy. Fuck that, bro. I feel where they coming from. I don't blame them. Let's keep it moving.
Now, y'all know I like to be nosy in people's comment section. The only part I want to talk about is marriage is a business contract. Love don't pay the bills. Women should only be married if they will be 100% provided for, right? Now, if we're going with this logic, right, we're going with love is a business contract. That means women are going to stop telling men that if you love me, you're going to marry me, right? Because we're not using marriage as the ultimate sign of love no more. We're using it as a business contract, right? And then if we're looking at marriage as a business contract, how the hell does a man look going into a business deal with him being the only investor and the other partner gets to reap all of the rewards? Why in the hell would I invest 100% of my funds into a business and share my profits with someone who did absolutely nothing? Make it make sense. The issue that some of you are having is you don't want to adapt to the times. Some of you want to live like you in 1902, but you are in 2024, and you don't want to move with the times when it doesn't benefit you. The only time you want to live in the past is when it benefits you. But when you see that you need to adapt, oh, no, we can't do that.
And women today, like the modern woman, they want the aesthetics of what a man is, but they actually don't want a man because they don't want to be submissive. And I know that's a word thrown out there. Women get scared of that.
Explain what you mean by submissive for those unaware.
Submissive as in respect, being the peace, the calm, always, right? So if a lion is roaring, you have to learn how to quiet. So it's just like women don't want to be submissive. Women don't want to be corrected. We're the only nation of women that say they don't need a man. And you have all these other nations, those women aren't saying that because they know the greatness and the importance of a man.
Submission has to be bought nowadays. Just having a good wife has to be paid for nowadays. Because if I don't earn this amount, then I'm not worthy to have that quality in a wife.
That sounds great. That sounds great, but beauty is to women what money is to men. Beauty is transactional. So men want beautiful women. Women want well-to-do men. So if you're going to say that women should value something outside of money, I agree with that. But I also think men have to, they have to also start valuing something outside of beauty in women. And we don't want to do that. Neither side really wants to do that. We want to say that, but we really want a beautiful woman that everyone else wants and understands that I may not be a millionaire and she just loves me instead, right? I don't really want to sacrifice what I want physically. Just like that beautiful woman doesn't really want to sacrifice what she wants.
Yeah, you make a valid point, but your argument is flawed because you're forgetting the part where beauty is far more common than these well-to-do men that you're referring to. Everybody likes, I'll take that back. Women like to use the 6-figure mark as a way to determine whether or not they can be stay-at-home wives and mothers. Okay. Only about 20% of men make that much money. And out of that 20%, how many of them do you think are single? How many of them do you think are attractive enough for you? Along with all the other long ass list of requirements that y'all have. And that's just me leading with the 6 figures. See what I'm saying? Ladies, y'all don't have leverage. When y'all don't have the leverage. That's one of the epitomes of practicing hypergamy, ladies. Y'all give away y'all leverage. And honestly, I think this is one of the reasons why y'all end up dealing with a lot of not so well-to-do men, because y'all don't want to compete. Y'all would rather deal with lower quality men because y'all can talk to them any old kind of way, as opposed to these men that all of y'all want, and y'all can't talk to them and try to manipulate them the same way y'all would the men that are less than, because those men have the options. They have the leverage. It's supply and demand. But, these women don't really pay attention to economics. Otherwise, the 50-50 conversation wouldn't still be a thing and bothering them so damn much. But I digress. Let's keep it moving.
Me being the sole provider for 2.5 years I thought that she'd be going back to work a year and a half ago and we'd have a lot more money.
Is there any stress or strain on the fact in the relationship, on the fact that it's been pushed longer than was anticipated?
I would say yes.
How so?
So I carry a lot of stress and so there's some stresses. So the big stress is that I have to work 50, 60 hours a week to make the money. And then she wants me home helping with the kid. And those are mutually exclusive. If I work a 15-hour day, there's only so much, so that
60 hours and you want him home helping out with the kid.
That's the stress, is that give and take of her needing help, which is fair and reasonable, and me being like, well, I have to work.
What do you think about that, Sophia?
I see where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's one of those things like I can't get the best of both worlds.
No, you can't.
So I feel that I want him home, but also I personally don't think he needs to work as much, but he wants...
You think he doesn't need to work as much?
No.
But you said he's living paycheck to paycheck. That
Correct.
You guys live. So what would he do different in terms of hours?
Okay, I should rephrase, I guess. He should work, his hours should look a little bit different in the sense that he's not gone for 18 hours a day.
Does he have that choice in that position?
Yes.
Do you have that choice in that position?
Schedule.
Yes and
so why
no.
then? Why are you doing it?
Okay, so in the business, if they call you and you say, oh, hey, I can't do that run, they'll just give it to somebody else, and then you might not work the next day. That's just how the business works.
Okay, so it doesn't fully have the choice then in that context.
No, he doesn't. He has to pick up those runs because obviously it affects him with future runs, and then will inevitably affect the income that's coming into the home. Let's keep listening.
He doesn't have the fully of the choice, but if he takes runs constantly without weighing the cost, so let's say he's been gone since 4 a.m, then they tell him, hey, can you do a run till midnight, or can you do a run till 3 a.m, and he's like, yeah, sure.
But it's the only income in the house.
Correct.
Jeez. Poor guy. There's nothing worse than a woman who's completely ungrateful when she really should be very appreciative of what she has. Check out this top comment that says, she doesn't understand how truly blessed she is to have a man like this.
Crazy. I'm so excited to have my husband home on the weekends. But then after breakfast, he goes outside, mows, and does lawn work for like hours. And so I'm just still inside doing what I'm always doing, alone, watching these kids. It's like I get that he has to maintain the lawn, and I'm glad he does it, but it still irks me. Like, come inside. Come hang out with us. Change a diaper. You guys get this?
All right, so there she is complaining online. Do you guys get this? My husband is out there taking care of the lawn when he could be in here helping me change a diaper. He's gone working all the other days. Come in here with us. And of course, the people responded back to this. Let's check out the first comment that says, mow the effing lawn then.
Now, I wanted to show you guys those 2 clips because those are 2 great examples of women that are in a situation where a man is providing 100% and these women still want a break from doing household duties. Even the woman who has a man that comes home and does the household duties that men typically do, like mowing the lawn, something that no women want a part of. You don't want to trade places with him when it comes to duties around the house. And I guarantee you, if he's providing the week, I'm like, let me tell you something. I guarantee you he probably be wore the hell out before and after mowing the lawn, especially if it's taking them hours. And it's probably taking them hours because I can tell just by the inside of her house, they probably got a decent sized house and yard. But this is what I'm talking about. Women really want men to pay all of the bills and help around the house. But then on the flip side, they'll sit over here and say, men want women to go 50-50 and then do everything around the house. Meanwhile, we got women out here that want you to pay all the bills and help them out around the house. Yeah, you tell me which one is harder. Keep it moving, man.
Men, all you have to do is provide. I just want a provider. That's it. That's all. No one's asking much of you. I just want a Tahoe, a Mercedes, a normal house with a white picket fence. Men, all you have to do is provide. I just want a provider. That's it. That's all. No one's asking much of you. I just want a Tahoe, a Mercedes, a normal house with a white picket fence and a pool in the backyard. I'm not asking much of you. I'm gonna do all the laundry and cooking. Like, Jesus Christ, really being a woman is harder. That's what y'all sound like. Few things, right? Because I'm this week's trending topics were terrible. Black people make have an argument right now. Black people make the least amount of money and spend the most. Yeah, that shit is embarrassing. This whole week has been just dumb shit. I hated the topics this week, but I'm a creator, so I had to go make videos about it. This is my last one this week. We talking about basketball this weekend and all and shit. Game 7, Minnesota and Denver coming up. We ain't made one video about that. Ladies, why do y'all act like providing is just the simplest, easiest shit in the world? I swear to God, on social media, y'all get up here like, all you gotta do is provide. Just make more money. Just make more money. If it were easy, you would never ask anyone to do it for you. The shit that women feel like they can't do, they ask men to do. You open this jar and you take the trash out. It's heavy. Can you? I feel like this needs to be said out loud. Providing for you and a family is way harder than you doing laundry and putting dishes in the dishwasher and cooking. Can we just get that out of the way? You think that SUV, that car, and the house with the white picket fence out front, you think that shit is easy and simple? While you list off entry level shit. I cook and clean. I cook and clean. Girl, if you don't clock in, I cook and clean. I fold my laundry. I bathe the kids. I wake them up. I get them ready for daycare. Oh, shit. Then I go to work. Who would have thunk it? Life is just so hard. Life is just so hard. Oh, child.
The only time having a boyfriend is worth it is when he is able to fully support you and pay all your bills. I said it. Not your husband. If you're going to be a girlfriend to someone, he needs to be paying all your bills. Otherwise, why is he there? What is his purpose? He's just a boyfriend. Meaning if he leaves you, and a boyfriend is not a legal title. If he leaves you and promises you marriage, leaves you with nothing, you get nothing. But if he's paying all your bills, you're able to save money, you're able to invest into businesses that you want to do. If he leaves you, you're leaving with something else at the end of it. But to date a guy and be someone's girlfriend for free.
First off, from the beginning to the end of this video, I was thinking, in this economy, a crazy amount of people are struggling to simultaneously pay their bills, have some money left over, and then enjoy life. And you're expecting women who are dating to only go for men that will pay all their bills. Then you're saying that the boyfriend will bring nothing to the relationship if he isn't paying your bills and giving you money. But what about genuine qualities women should be looking for? Like love, care, companionship, and other very useful things that boyfriends can bring and do. Not to mention, since money seems to be the most important thing on your mind, what are you bringing to the relationship in this case? And then you say that you're not legally tied to him, and if you break up, you're left with nothing if he doesn't give you money and pay your bills. But he's not legally tied to you either, and he'll also leave with nothing scratched out. He'll leave with less money than he had before. Teaching women to have crazily unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating is just setting them up for failure in their relationships and in life. And it's just wild to place these crazy expectations on men as well. Y'all need to stop pushing this.
Ladies, next time y'all come across a man that is well-to-do financially, but it seems like he has nothing else to offer, no personality, no anything, I want y'all to think of clips like this. Because when y'all talk like this is exactly why men feel like they don't have to bring anything else besides that, because that's all y'all talk about on social media, and that seems to be all y'all lead with. And y'all don't seem to care about anything else a man brings to a relationship outside of can he pay all the bills? Oh, and if he's attractive enough. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way I know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.